Who's this? Hello? Please open the mic. Sad. Sad. Sad, please open the mic and say something.
Hi,
Hi, Sad. How are you?
fine, thank you. How are you too?
Alhamdulillah, I'm great. Let's start the lesson because I guess it's been like 4 minutes right now. Saad, have you heard of run-on sentences? Yesterday we studied about the fragment sentences. Run-on sentences. The one that without punctuations. Do you still remember this type of sentence? Incomplete sentence. Now I want you to watch this video. Okay? Watch this video. This video gonna explain what is the run-on sentences and how to correct it, the sentence. So if I say I went to school yesterday, I saw, I met with my friends, and I bought chocolate and I give it to the kids. If I don't use here punctuations, this we call it run-on sentence. And for more details, let's watch this video and we will come to how we can correct the run-on sentences.
Okay, so now I want to talk a little bit about a couple really common mistakes in writing that students often make, which are run-on sentences and comma splices. Okay, so the first one, the run-on sentence, simply means when you put two or more independent clauses in one sentence without the proper punctuation. In fact, usually with no punctuation at all. If you look at these two examples, Amanda has a good job, she never has to worry about money. And from the second story came a cry for help, firefighters rushed into the burning building. Now those are run-on sentences because you have two complete ideas and no punctuation. So in order to fix that, you have to insert either a comma and a coordinated conjunction or a semicolon. Okay? So let's take a look at some revised versions. Amanda has a good job, so she never has to worry about money. Or with just a semicolon, Amanda has a good job, she never has to worry about money. And the second sentence.
Okay, before we continue, look how he corrected the rectified the sentence. So it was what? Amanda has a job. She never has to worry about what? Money. So he divided the sentence, the two sentences, and he used comma. The comma, sorry. If you use comma, remember to use the fanboys coordinating conjunction, like so, but, also, for, and. So you should use one of these, okay? Or you can use semicolon. If you use semicolon, you don't need the coordinating conjunction, okay? Like for example, Amanda has a good job. Now he used here semicolon. He used semicolon, so no need to use the coordinating conjunction like and, but, so, or, nor. Okay. Now let's continue.
And the second sentence, from the second story came a cry for help, and firefighters rushed into the burning building. Now the second mistake is called a comma splice, and that simply means when a student connects two independent clauses together with just a comma, which is not possible grammatically. Okay, let's look at an example of a comma splice. The fans in the soccer stadium pushed forward, people began to panic. Now because this is two complete ideas, with that comma you need a coordinating conjunction to link those two ideas. Or, like the run-on sentences, you could simply connect them with a semicolon. Now let's look at a fixed version of that. The fans in the soccer stadium pushed forward, and people began to panic. Okay, now one more example of a comma splice. He missed the final exam, therefore he could not complete the course. Now, be careful when you're using a conjunctive adverb like therefore, however, as a result. If you're using that, you cannot connect the two ideas with just a comma. You have to use a semicolon, like this example. He missed the final exam, semicolon, therefore he could not complete the course. So, when you're proofreading and writing, keep an eye out for run-on sentences and comma splices. And if you want to do a little bit of practice with these, follow the link at the end of this video.
Okay, Sad, please open your mic.
Yes.
Okay, so you had an idea how we correct the run-on sentences. We said run-on sentences, it means when it doesn't have what commas or what they call punctuations. That's what they call run-on sentences. They run. Okay. To fix run-on sentences, you either fix it by using either period, and you make them two different sentences, or semicolon, or it could be also by using the comma. And if you use the comma, you have to use one of the what fanboys, the coordinating conjunctions like and, or, also, nor, but, and so forth. Who attended all this with us now? I guess we have one more student, right? And that is Faisal. Just let's wait a second. Abdulaziz. Abdulaziz, can you hear me? Abdulaziz, can you hear me? Please open the mic and say something. Can you hear me? Abdulaziz. Okay. I guess I have to keep on explaining the lesson. Now, how we correcting a run-on sentences? As I said, you should use what? We have three ways to correct them. Let's start. Hello. Let's start with three best ways to correct the run-on sentences. Yes, hello, Abdulaziz. Okay, Abdulaziz, if you have a question, any one of you, either you or Saad, if you have a question, open the mic and ask me. Okay?
I'll join from another
Okay. Okay, I'll be waiting. Yeah, that's too much noise. Okay. Coordinating conjunctions, they're what? Like what? Like for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. That's why they call it fan boys. Okay? So, if you, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's good. So, if you have this, yes, because you came late. Now we're talking about run-on sentences. Like when we write when we write a sentence, a very long sentence or different sentences without using commas or coordinating conjunctions. So this, if it doesn't have like commas or coordinating conjunctions or period or semicolons, this sentence is incorrect, and we call it run-on sentences. So we were talking about three best ways to correct the run-on sentences. The first way is to use the coordinating conjunctions, and they're for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so, or you can read it like this: fan boys, fanboys. Okay. Now, using fanboys like this, fanboys, using fanboys to connect two sentences together. Don't forget to add comma, I'm sorry, before the fanboys. If you use yet or but or and, before it must come, you must add what? A comma. And let's take an example. Fanboys like this. For example, it was wonderful weather on Monday. The boy flew the kite outside. This is the boy, and this is my favorite in a childhood game. When I was a kid, that was my favorite. Okay, so it was a wonderful weather on Monday. The boy flew the kite outside. This is two sentences, but this is what we call it fanboys, because two different sentences with a complete thought. This one should be separate. This two sentences should be separated by a comma. So it was a wonderful weather on Monday. So, but see, he used here, but he comma. So the boy flew the kite outside.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I want you to repeat the correct conjunctions.
This one. This one. The fanboys. Can you lower the TV or something? This noise, Abdulaziz. There is much noise. Or if you could go to the quiet room. Okay, so.
Teacher, I can hear you.
Okay, this is your question. Is about the coordinated conjunctions.
Yes.
Okay, I'll explain it more. Wait until Talal attend. Okay. I'm gonna wait a little bit until Talal joined us. Okay, one more time. For the third time or the fourth. Who's counting? Run on sentences. When we said run on sentences, when we have two different sentences, or three or four, and they're not separated by commas or coordinating conjunctions. So when we have run-on sentences, we have three best ways to correct them. Number one is to use coordinating conjunctions, and we call them fan boys, which are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. So if you want to correct run-on sentences, you use one of these, but before them you should add a comma, then you add one of the coordinating conjunctions as the sentence requires. And see, remember them by this one: fan boys. And here he said don't forget to add a comma before the fan boys. Now fanboys is the same thing. For example, if you see this sentence, it said it was a wonderful weather on Monday. The boy flew the kite outside. There are two sentences, but they're not separated by what? A comma or semicolon. So this sentence is what we call them run-on sentences. Okay. To correct it, we have two ways. Starting with the fanboys technique, which again, it was a wonderful weather on Monday. Now here we use what? A comma to correct the sentence. So, hello Abdulaziz. Talal, عفوا Talal. Hello Talal. The boy outside. Now let's go to the second one. The book was very yes. Saad, please open the mic.
Yes.
Saad, see this one. He said what? The book was very interesting. The main character died in the last scene. This is run-on sentence. How can we correct it? Run-on sentences. How can we correct them?
We put a comma after the interesting.
Interesting. Yes. So the book was very interesting. Comma. But we said if we add a comma, it's a must that we add one of the coordinating conjunctions, the fanboys. What should we add here? So, and the character died in the last scene. Or also, we can also correct it, Ms. Saad, by adding what? Semicolon, and we don't need to add the coordinating conjunctions. What you said was correct. Also, this is the second way. How can we correct the run-on sentences? Okay. Now let's go to the another example. Yes.
The book was very interesting.
The book was very interesting. The main character died in the last scene. This is a run-on sentence. Okay, run-on. The book was very interesting. Here we add a semicolon without adding conjunctions. Khalas, we know this is a sentence and this is a sentence. Get the point? The book was very interesting. But remember one thing: when you add the semicolon, the two sentences should closely related. Okay, not you add the semicolon and this sentence means another thought and the other one means something, some different thoughts. No, they should be closely related. So they're talking about the same thing here. The book was very interesting, and the main character is from what? The book. This is one of the things. Now, type of sentences also still. The book was very interesting, and this is news flash. Remember, you may only use a semicolon if the two sentences are closely related. This is what I was talking about. They should talk about the same thing. Now, let's practice. Yes, let's practice this. And I'm gonna ask Mr. Talal to open the mic. Talal. Mr. Talal.
Could you ask another one?
I will ask another one. Okay. So before I ask another one, I'm gonna ask Abdulaziz. But before I ask Abdulaziz, remember, we call it run-on sentences. Run-on sentences is very easy, very simple. We write, but we don't add commas or we don't add coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions, the same, but, also, so, yet. Okay. To correct them, we have three ways. We studied the two best ways is to add coordinating conjunctions. And if we add coordinating conjunctions, we add coordinating conjunctions like but. Before you write but, you had to add what? A comma, then you write but, so, also, though, nor, or for. Okay. The other way, you could add the semicolon. The semicolon, you don't need to add the fanboys, but, also, yet. Okay, you don't need to add them. So the semicolon, for me, I prefer this, the best way for me when I am confused which one to choose, and I'm stuck and I don't know which coordinating conjunctions should I use here. I usually use what? The semicolon. For me, this is about me. I don't want to ask you to be lazy, but sometimes if you're stuck and you don't know what to use, you can use this. one. Now here we said, I love going to Disney World. My family, this is a different sentence. My family wants to visit Disneyland. So he likes something, his family likes something else. Who can correct this?
Me.
Okay, Abdulaziz, go ahead.
Okay, I love going to Disney World. Then semicolon. Then my family wants to visit Disneyland.
Also, excellent. Also, we can correct it by a different way. The fanboys. If I want to correct it by using the fanboys, what should we add here?
What is fanboys, teacher? Because I come late, so.
Yeah, the fanboys, the word, the coordinating conjunctions like but, and, for, so, those we call them coordinating conjunctions. I remember them by fanboys. Fanboys. F for, A for and, B for but. Okay, fanboys. So what should I use?
So the coordinating conjunctions is the fanboys.
Yes, the coordinating conjunctions, we call them the fanboys. This is just easy way to remember them. Fanboys we call them. See, look here, for example. Here, as you said, what you said was correct. You can add semicolon, but I love going to Disney World, but because this sentence is a positive, but the other one, the family has a different idea. Here we cannot use and. The best coordinating conjunctions to use here is to use but. So I love going to Disney World, but my family wants to visit Disneyland. Okay, let's use another practice. Fragment. No, we'll not use this one right now. I want all of you to open the mic, all of you. But please, I guess Abdulaziz, there is much noise. If you could mute the TV, please. If you could mute the TV before we start the game, I would normally appreciate it. Now, Saad Talal and Abdulaziz, please open your mic.
Because my sister uses Zoom with her class, so that's why.
Okay, can you use? Okay, so when you want to answer Abdulaziz, open your mic because of the noise, and I want all of you to open the mic. Talal, Saad.
Okay.
Now we will take this game as yesterday. Let's talk about run-on sentences, but before we study it, we will take this easy one. So please, they said after turning on the computer. After turning on the computer, is this sentence run-on sentence? Fragment. What?
Fragment.
Okay, fragment. Who answered this?
You can say me inside.
Okay, let's see.
Fantastic. So there is no no.
Okay. So before you answer, say your name, then answer it, please. Okay. This sentence, who would answer it? Who wants to answer it?
Me.
Who's me?
Sad.
Okay, Sad, go ahead.
There's noise on ring. Then she answered it.
What is this?
Runner.
Run on?
Yes. Not quite.
Try again. Try again.
Sentence.
Could be a sentence. And that's correct. Good job.
Teacher, there's noise right now or no?
No, now there's no noise. It's quiet. Yes, I like it. Okay, another student, please. Who wants to try? Try. Okay. Who wants to answer? Who's this?
Me, Abdulaziz.
Abdulaziz. Okay, let's go to this one. The television was too big for the room. It was 27 inches wide.
We can use run on.
We can use run on, yeah, because it's run on sentence.
Good job.
Good job. How can we correct this sentence? Huh? Who can give me the
we can use semicolon or we can use
coordinating conjunctions? That's correct. Okay. Who wants to answer this sentence?
Can I?
Okay.
I can. Okay, then choose. You know how to work on the computer, it can be easy to sentence.
There are two different sentences. I mean, when we have two different sentences, what we call them? Run on, because here it supposes a different sentence, so we need here either semicolon or coordinating conjunctions.
Excellent work.
Now back to Saad. Saad, please answer this.
Okay.
Fragment. All the engineers in the company.
Good job.
Okay, now Talal, please open your mic and answer the second sentence. Since the technology was complicated, it was a long time to fix the machine. It took a long time to fix the machine.
Teacher just choosing it.
Huh?
If you can choose.
Another one, you mean?
If you want.
Yes, go ahead. Answer.
I'll answer.
Yes.
Since the technology was complicated, it took a long time to fix the machine.
Run on sentence. Yes.
That's not it. Try again.
Since the technology was complicated, it took a long time to fix it. What is it?
Sentence, right?
Now here, because here it started with since. As it started with since, so this is one of the they call it complex sentences. You didn't study this, but it's called complex sentences because it started with since. Since is like coordinating conjunctions, but this uses it with complex sentences. Let's take something else, another exercise or another game. Okay, now here we talk about run-on sentences and the fragment. Okay, see here, say available in different colors such as red, yellow, blue, and purple. Here we don't have a verb, so the sentence is what? Fragment. Now let's go to the second one.
What shall I answer?
Yeah, go ahead. At my school, we cannot write sentence. Okay, that's fine. Who wants to answer? Who's else?
Teacher, the song.
It's too loud.
Volume so you can.
I'll try.
Because I can't hear you because of this.
Okay, this one. If you know the answer, just blurt out the answer.
Can I do it?
Go ahead.
Run on.
Run on. Let's see. And that's correct. The second one.
Okay, can I answer it?
Okay, yes.
Like,
Color, coded system.
fragment.
Fragment? Let's wait.
Yeah, like,
Okay. Fragment, good job. And the next one. Occasionally, a teacher will say, this will be.
can I say it?
Yes.
Sentence.
So occasionally, a teacher say, this will be on the test. Okay. I always say that. Excellent, good job. This will be the last question.
Fragment.
Fragment. Okay, let's wait and see. Excellent. Thank you very much for attending today's class. And see you inshallah tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have a class inshallah about reading inshallah. So
Oh, teacher, you say that Tuesday,
you should come to
that
school.
means tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, at which time?
Please 10:30. 10:30. I want you to come. If you could contact your friends 11:30. Is it a good time?
Can you make
10:30.
it 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Yes, because I can't.
Yes, sir.
The problem is that I leave school at 1 o'clock. If you want to come
Okay, 12 is good. 12 is good.
12 o'clock, let's wait until Talal enters. So, Talal, can you hear me? So,
Let me see the message.
so tomorrow at 12 o'clock?
Yeah, tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Talal, wait until he opens the mic, then we tell him, then we end this session, inshallah.